Hello, welcome to today's gentle yoga practice, which is going to be all focused on love for our side body. So hopefully by the end of this, you're lifting a little more, breathing a lot more, and just really enjoying the benefits of this practice. So we don't need any props, as you can see today, but of course, if there is anything that's going to support your ability to rest more, I forgot something. Hello, welcome to today's gentle yoga practice. As you can see, no props for today's practice, but of course, if there is anything that's going to support your ability to feel good as we move and relax a little more at the end, I always highly encourage that. So grab what you need, clear the space as best you can, lower the lights if you can, really set up your space. This is your time, and as we work through today's short practice, we're going to be focused all on loving your side body. So getting lots of space there so you can breathe a little bit deeper and feel a little bit taller and feel ideally fantastic at the end. So I hope you enjoy. I feel like this one's really yummy and just kind of allows us to create some space as we're always so tight into that space. So with that, we're going to start on our back. So what I want you to do is take your time, scoot yourself to the top of the mat, and the feet are going to be hip width apart to start. Okay, so reach the arms forward. Take a big breath in with me, and then lower yourself down. Just one vertebra at a time. Really soften through your shoulders. And then when your head touches the ground, I want you to just take a little shavasana here. So heels out nice and wide, palms out wide, and just take a deep breath in. And a clearing breath out. And then do that again. Inhale through the nose. And maybe this time you let out a soft sigh. And then one more big clearing breath. Inhale through the nose. Invitation this time to take a deep sigh breath out. And just let yourself land. Allow the breath to come in and out through the nose and just noticing whatever it is that you notice today. Anything lingering within your mind. Anything physically that needs a little adjustment, please take it. We're going to start in a really relaxed form today, so take one more breath here to just notice and release and let go of what you need. On your next inhale, you're going to bend into the elbows, slide the arms up so they're more like an X shape within your body. You're going to take both your feet over to the left edge of the mat. Now, your feet might, they're going to connect, but you want to have your right hip relaxed, okay? So don't let the right hip lift. And with that being said, you may choose to hook your right heel on the left. And then you're going to move and adjust your upper body so that it goes to the left edge of the mat. And then same thing here, you might take your left hand, grab the right wrist. That might be a little too much. And even just the action of the arms reaching that way might be too much. So feel free to prop your arms up on a cushion or anything that'll give you the height you need so that there's just clear communication through the right side of your body. So close the eyes if they aren't already. And just really fill that right side of your body with your breath. As you exhale, feel yourself soften and release. Notice any tension in and around the shoulder. Just enjoy this really gentle opening into that side body. Allow yourself just 3 more breaths here. Now with that, you might take it a little bit deeper. Or quite possibly you're perfect where you are. So just keep breathing. One more like that. And then on your next inhale, just slowly and gently taking your time and coming back to that X-like shape within your body. And don't rush. You know where it's going next, but let's take a moment to pause and just notice the sensations through the left compared to the right. Notice how that right side of your body just feels a little more spacious, and as you feel the current running through, let's balance that out. And on your next inhale, slowly take your left leg over to the right, and right leg might even scooch its way further over. So find your space so that the left hip doesn't lift, and then we'll adjust the arms as well. Option for the right hand to grab the left wrist. And just breathe here. Start by really consciously softening where you need. So even though the focus is on the left side of the body, pay attention to the muscles in your face. Let go of any sense of gripping. The only thing that should grip here is that right hand on the left wrist. And that's just to support a deeper stretch from a restful place. And you want to really embody that as we move today, even though we will be going into some places of strength. I want everything to be approached from this gentle stance. Breathe into your body. As we take a few more rounds of breath, invitation to go maybe even a little bit deeper if that feels good for you. One more breath. And then on your next inhale, we're going to slowly and gently take your time and come back to center. Take that X-like shape with your body. Take a big breath in and a clearing breath out. On your next inhale, draw the legs and the arms, let them reach towards one another, taking a big breath in. And then slowly take your time, hug the knees in towards the chest, and then you're going to rock gently side to side. Take your time as you then plant your feet flat. We'll curl over onto your side, enjoying a breath there. Try not to rush. And then as you inhale, we're going to slowly push ourselves up and make our way into a tabletop position. So have some space. You want to be in the middle of the mat so there's room in front of you, and then just take a couple breaths. We'll wiggle out the hips a little bit and just try to move in a different way so you kind of notice whatever it is that you notice. And then whatever you're doing in one direction, or if you find a sticky spot, you can stay, but just make sure you're balancing it out and starting to go to the other direction. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, slowly come forward. Now we're going to take a variation of our melting heart. So generally we bring the hands quite wide. I want you to go just slightly wider than your shoulders today. So you're going to let the hips come back so that they remain stacked over top of the knees, and you're going to keep your head lifted here. So you're pressing into your palms. What I want you to do is slide your left fingertips, tent them wide close to your left shoulder, and then you're going to spin the right thumb, up, and pinky side stays down. You're going to bring the side of the face down, and then you're just going to breathe into that. Now, you can even gently sway the hips over to the left a little, and then just lean into that right side body. And then just breathe deeply here. Taking just 2 more breaths. And 1 more like this. And then placing the right palm flat. Bring the head to face forward again, elbow lifts, and then left arm will come back to that starting position. Now you're gonna flip your right hand up and slide it more in a diagonal line so that it lines up kind of more with the bottom of the left wrist, and then slowly let the side of the face rest onto your bicep. Now this time I'm gonna get you to pull your hips a little bit to the right. And then you just breathe into that. Giving yourself one more breath. See if you can press into the left hand to deepen that stretch through the right. And then on your inhale, slowly take your time pressing into that left hand. And we place the right palm flat. Just let the upper body soften. Take a moment here with the forehead down to the ground. Once again, just a moment of appreciation, awareness of how the left feels compared to the right. And then on your inhale, slowly look forward, tense your right fingertips wide. You're gonna spin onto the pinky side of your left hand and then let the side of the face rest. Now in this one, you might sway the hips a little bit to the right and then just breathing into that. Big breaths, my friends. Keep opening up, and with both the right fingertips and the left pinky side of the hand, just gently push down. You'll feel that get a little bit deeper, and then you just soften with the breath. 2 more here. And 1 more like this. And then on your next inhale, plant the left hand, push into your right to lift, and then you'll lift the left elbow. So now right hand will come back just slightly wider than the shoulder. Left hand flips up, and then you're gonna reach on that nice diagonal line. So from here, you're gonna let the side of the face rest. My head's gonna hover just because I don't wanna squish the mic, but let your face just relax down. And then option here, just kind of sway the hips to the left. And just breathe. One more here. And then you're going to inhale, slowly take your time, and then left hand presses. Let the forehead come down. Feel free to walk the hands a little bit wider in that more traditional stance for our melting heart. Take one more breath. And then your inhale, slowly take your time, come forward. So now what I want you to do is bring your hands more underneath the shoulders. You're going to kickstand your right foot and then extend your right leg so that it's parallel with the back edge of the mat, the short edge. You're going to inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. And then from that position, you're going to take a nice big breath in. And then you're going to exhale, really push into the floor with both your right hand and shin as you scoop your left arm underneath. And then inhale, reaching that left arm up to the sky. Now exhale, really push into the outer edge of the left foot as you maintain that strong connection with the right. Reach forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, press down. So scooping underneath the right ribs. Inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, reach forward. Good, we'll do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, scoop underneath. Try not to let the hips go too far back there. Naturally, they'll move a little. And then this time, we're gonna hold that nice, deep side bend. So press down into the mat, open up a little bit more, and then just keep breathing. One more breath. And then as you inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky. We'll slowly take the left hand down, and then you'll bring everything back to center. Now, let's give that right wrist a little bit of love here as we just flip the hand. Now, all the weight is in your left hand, so we're just giving that a nice little stretch. Take one more breath here. Know that you can have a bend in the elbow. That's perfectly fine. We'll work towards a straight line, but be kind, okay? And then take your time, slowly bring your right hand flat. So now you're going to kickstand the left toes. We'll pivot that left foot, or right foot, excuse me, as we reach the right arm up towards the sky. Now take a nice, big, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, scooping underneath that left side of your body. And then inhale, reaching that right arm up. And exhale, reaching forward. Good. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, scooping underneath. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reach over. So really, really ground through the outer edge of that right foot. Big breath in. And one more time, exhale, scoop underneath, reach, reach. And then slowly reach up. And then we'll hold that nice side bend variation as we breathe here. Giving yourself just one more breath. And then inhale, reach up. Slowly take your time, come back to that tabletop position as your right knee comes down, left foot shifts. You're going to take all the weight in the right hand, and then we'll give that left wrist a little bit of love here. So again, start with at least a soft bend into the elbow, and then you just take your time. So if you are straightening the left arm, it's really important you're straight in the right arm, right? We want to make sure there's no stress or strain. Well, a little stress. We are stretching there, but hopefully you get what I mean by that. Should never have that scrunchy face, right? You should be able to soften and relax. This is going to be uncomfortable. It's an intense stretch. And then take your time, slowly release. Okay, so let's walk the hands forward, and then you're going to stack your shoulders over top of the wrist. So we're going to make sure here we're pressing away from the mat, and then we're going to tuck the toes underneath, and then you're going to lift the hips up towards the sky. So now, coming into that side body stretch, we're gonna walk the feet a smidge closer than hip width, and then you're just gonna lift the heels and turn them to the right. Now, bend the knees, maybe even tent the left fingertips, and then straighten the legs. And then do that 2 more times. Just bend into the knees, feel that. And then straighten through the legs. 1 more time. Holding the bend as best you can, just sway the hips and breathe, 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 breathe. Good. On your next inhale, plant the palms, bring the legs back to center, heels back to center, and then just soften. Take a moment to notice the left compared to the right. And then we'll inhale, lift the heels high, and then shift the heels to the left. Now you might even tent the right fingertips wide as you bend the knees. And inhale, lengthen the legs. And again, bend the knees. And lengthen through the legs. Taking 1 more here, and then we'll hold that shape, breathing into it. 1 more here. And then as you inhale, slowly square your body off, gaze forward, and then we're just gonna walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, and then fold. Soft little bend in the knees. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up to the sky. Big breath. Now palms are gonna face forward. So what you're going to do from here is take your right hand, grab your left wrist. Keep the shoulders down your back. Make sure they don't scrunch up here. And then you're going to pop your left heel high, and you're going to just lift that left foot and then step back in line with the right foot. And so we're in a high-heeled position in the back leg. And then what you're going to do is start to take a little side bend. So the right hand pulls the left over to the right side. And then to deepen, you're going to start to bend into your right knee. And then you're going to look over your left elbow, and then you're just going to breathe here. Finding that space. Giving yourself just 2 more breaths. Really be mindful of those shoulders. And then on your next inhale, start to shift the weight forward, and then you're going to separate the hands, step the feet together, take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. So we've created lots of space in that left side. We're going to rinse that spine out. So you're going to bring the elbow to the knee, but that's a far way to go. So know that you can have your forearm instead if that feels a little too intense. What you want to look at is making sure that left knee is not coming in front of the right. We want the hips level. And then you're going to open into that twist as you breathe. And then you just breathe here. With every inhale, feeling more length and space in your spine. And then as you exhale, trying to open deeper into that twist. So you want to have it so that your thumbs are lined up with the center of the chest rather than the right shoulder. Now you might even take this deeper and open the arms up. And then just keep breathing here for 2 more breaths. Try to look to the right thumb. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands to the heart, come back to center, and then exhale, fold. Slowly tiptoe the feet, hips width apart, and feel free to pedal it out a little bit. And then on your next inhale, lengthen the heart forward, and then grab opposite elbows and exhale, fold forward. I want you to have as much of a bend in the knees as you need to let this be a little reset, and more so just like checking in with how that left side feels compared to the right. Then on your next exhale, release the hands down. Soft little bend into the knees. We're gonna roll ourselves all the way up. And then we're gonna take a nice big deep breath in. Inhale. Arms reach up, palms face forward. So now it's the left hand grabbing the right wrist. Shoulders down your back. You're going to pop that right heel up nice and high. And then we're going to step the right foot back, and it's going to be in line with the left toes. You're going to have a big inhale here. Start to pull into that side bend. And then as you dig your right toes, start to soften your left knee. And then when you're ready, you're going to start to look up. And then you're just going to breathe into that shape. Finding that nice long line, not just in the right side of the body, but the front of the right hip. And just take 2 more breaths. One more here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to shift the weight. And then we're just going to slowly flip the palms in, step the feet together. Exhale, sink nice and low into the hips. So option 1, you can bring the forearm down. If it's there for you to twist into that elbow, leveraging instead, you do that. But wherever you choose to go, make sure that right hip isn't coming forward. So you want your knees lining together, your hips as low as you can. And then you're going to press into your palms as strong as you would in a plank so that you're facilitating that deeper twist. And then again, your thumbs are going to line naturally with the left shoulder to start. So you really press into that and then open. And then if it's there and you can maintain that length in your spine and the balance in your hips, you can open the arms up. And then just breathe into that. 2 more breaths. Can your hips go lower as your heart opens more? 1 more here. And then bring your hands to your heart, come back to the center, exhale, fold. Now, wiggle the feet back to that hip width stance, and then just pause as you fold forward. We're gonna inhale here, and exhale it out. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. And then you're gonna bend the knees, framing that right foot as you step your left foot back. So I want you to find that deep lunge and then drop the back knee down. We're gonna inhale here. Arms are gonna sweep up. So you're gonna grab opposite elbows, lift the heart, push into both your feet, and then just take the elbows over to the right side. Soft gaze over the left. And then you just breathe into that. pressing evenly through both your feet. If you feel the need to untuck your left toes, that's totally fine. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more like this. On your next inhale, you're gonna sweep the arms up to the sky, take a big breath, and then framing your right foot with your hands. Straightening through that left leg, lengthen the heart forward, and then really stamp, like push your right foot down. We're gonna inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. And then you just look up to that. Back knee can come down at any time. You're gonna just keep lengthening as you inhale, and then just opening up as you exhale. Give yourself 1 more breath. And then inhale here, take your right hand to your right thigh, reach that left arm up to the sky, and then soften into your right knee. We're gonna inhale, hug the ribs in, lift a little bit more. And then what you're gonna do is take your right hand down, reaching long, and then you're gonna slowly take a little side bend, left arm to the right, and then right hand to the left. And you might find that right hand starts to connect with the inner left thigh, and then you're just gonna breathe into that, opening up. Go ahead, taking 2 more breaths. 1 more here. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Now nice and slow, drop that back knee down. Inhale here, lengthen. And then take your left elbow over to the right knee. Inhale here, spiral open into 1 more twist. As you open the chest, you may choose to lift into that back leg. You may choose to open the arms up. And just find your breath. Try to challenge that balance and look up. And we'll take 1 more here. Breathe into it. And then bring your hands to your heart, frame your right foot, soften the back knee, and then just step forward. Wiggle it out a little bit. And then what I want you to do is once you bend the left knee the next time, just walk the hands over to the left side. And then hold that. Give that right side a well-deserved stretch. Good, 1 more breath. And then inhale slowly, taking your time coming back to center. On your next breath in, lengthen the heart forward, and then we're gonna step the right foot back. Find that deep lunge, and then from there, drop the back knee down. We're gonna inhale, arms are gonna sweep up to the sky. Take the opposite arm in front, and then big breath in as we lift the heart. And then you're just gonna take that nice side bend over to the left. And then you can look over your right elbow. Continue to breathe deeply so you make this spacious connection through your lunge. 1 more here. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up. You're gonna frame your left heel with your hands and then straighten through that back leg. On your next inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Back knee can come down at any time, okay? Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Then you just open up into that deep twist. Make sure you're not collapsing that right shoulder. You want to keep that down your back, and then look up. One more breath. And then you're gonna draw your gaze down, take your left hand to left thigh, and then right arm is gonna reach up. And then you're gonna slide deep into that left thigh, and then reach your left arm up to the sky. Melt the shoulders down, and then from there, you're gonna take the left arm, reaching it down, and then just start to simultaneously move the arms. Find that side bend to the left, and left hand might find the inner edge of that right thigh, and then you breathe into that. You're gonna wanna shy away from the lunge here. Try to deepen that lunge as you dig your right toes, or push into the top of the foot if the knee is down. One more breath. And then we'll inhale, good job. Arms reach up, and then we'll slowly drop the back knee. Try to use that strength as you bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift up tall. Shift forward, and then we're gonna twist it out. Right elbow hooks the left knee, and then from there you're gonna spiral open. So make sure your thumbs are likely gonna come away from your chest. Pull them in, and then line them with the center. And if you find that alignment, you might even start to lift the back leg. You might even open the arms up. Just keep breathing here. And when everything wants to shrink, you expand and you breathe more. 2 more breaths. 1 more here. And slowly bringing the hands back to the heart. This time, take your hands down and float your way back into downward facing dog. Well done. Bend your knees a little more than you need. Take a big breath in. And a nice big breath out. 1 more here. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna slowly drop the knees down, kick your feet out to whatever side feels best for you. And then we're gonna kick the legs straight forward. So take a nice big deep full breath in. As you reach your arms forward, I want you to lift up really nice and tall. We're gonna lower down just 1 vertebra at a time. Hugging the ribs in, softening the shoulders down, and then just breathing into that. Once your head finds its way down, you're gonna let the arms rest by your side. Bend into the knees. Bring them quite wide, a lot wider than your hips, okay? And then take your knees and let them draw in. And just close your eyes. And so, although we moved in a slow way, nothing about that was easy, right? So just really notice what you notice. Often we kind of have this idea that gentle can be more of a relaxing form, but it's actually really challenging to slow down and to get into the posture with pure presence and awareness and full engagement. So if you feel a little fatigued right now, then be proud of actually doing the work. It's hard when you're at home, especially. There's so many distractions. You don't have that energy of people being around you, or the support of someone specifically, cueing or correcting you. So you listened. That's part of it, active listening. You took on those cues and worked into a state of strength, hopefully while balancing that ability to relax with your breath. So on your next inhale, we're gonna finish with 1 more. Walk the feet a little bit, so they'll come together, but then they'll walk a little bit to the left, and you'll just kind of scoot your hips to the left. You're gonna reach your arms out like a T or a goalpost, and then just lift the legs. Slowly, you're gonna let the knees drop over to the right, and then I want you to have space in the left side. So you might lift your right shoulder and kind of untuck it a little bit. Closed eyes can fall over the left. You might even find that it feels good to use that right hand and gently, gently pull. Finishing with 1 more twist from a really relaxed position. Let it be your chance to rinse out anything else. Give yourself just 1 more breath. And then inhale slowly, take your time. Head comes back to the center. Squeeze the belly button to the spine, and then bring the knees gently back to center. When you're there, plant your feet flat. You'll scooch the hips to the center, slightly to the right. And then inhale here, the legs lift, and they'll slowly make their way over to the left. And then from there, Likely the right shoulder tugs up a little bit, so untuck the left shoulder and then let that right shoulder relax down onto the mat. Closed eyes can follow. If it doesn't relax, you could prop your knees up with a cushion or block here. But just let this be your, again, your rinse out anything that might be left. Especially if there was any kind of heaviness after those more challenging positions, let that go. Take 2 more breaths here. And giving yourself 1 more breath. On your next inhale, slowly taking your gaze back to center, and then we'll bring the knees back to center, plant the feet flat. This time hips just come to center, and then you take your time, arms rest by your side, legs are going to lengthen out, and then you're just going to find the shape that works best for you. So here is my invitation and encouragement to take what you need. If you've got a blanket, throw it over your belly, especially an eye pillow over the eyes. Anything that's going to support your ability to just take a conscious pause here for a moment. Just for now. Let everything be. And just try to deepen that sense of experience you have in this moment of being connected to your body, tapped into your strength, and tapped into your ability to just regulate everything with your breath. So just relax, and I'll call you back in a minute. Feel free to stay here as long as you can. I encourage it if you have the time. Otherwise, slowly taking your time and wiggling the fingers and the toes. And do yourself a favor. Don't gloss over these last few seconds together. Stay with me and bring your legs together. Reach your arms and reach them up. And then hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then take your time. And then curl over to your side. Push yourself up. And then let's meet in a cross-legged position. Closing the eyes. And then just bringing your hands to your heart. Again, don't rush. This is the most important part where we just seal this off with, a moment of acknowledgement and appreciation, just giving our bodies some gratitude for all they do. Giving yourself some gratitude and appreciation for taking the time to press play today. Namaste. You're still here. That's so great. And I emphasize that so much because especially at home, right? Like you're always like, okay, what's next? And it's so important because it's these little moments where we can start to interrupt the patterns of not just rushing and racing off to what's next, but like really acknowledging ourselves. Again, at the end of those lunges and that hard work, it's like if our mind was really heavy, then that's a really valuable information because, instead of what it should have been, which is like proud of yourself or like really working into it, we're hard on ourselves, and it kind of taps into all these limitations we might have about whatever the story is. I'm not young enough, strong enough, flexible enough, all of those things, right? So if we can start to see things for what it is like, I should be proud of that, because you can hang out and do this, especially at home, or you can like really work into it and at the end be like, oh, that was hard, right? So be proud. I'm proud of you for sticking with it, and I'm so glad that we got to connect today, and I hope that I'll get to do it again very soon. Take the best care.